Apple is preparing something extraordinary, something that could redefine the meaning of compact computing, and it's called the M5 Mac Mini, a small box that might soon hold the power of a full creative workstation. The leaks and insider reports swirling around Apple's upcoming desktop have already started to shake up expectations, because what's coming isn't just a small update, it's a quiet revolution in miniature form. For years, the Mac Mini has been the unsung hero of Apple's lineup. Small, silent, unassuming, yet capable of incredible performance. But the M5 generation is about to take that idea and explode it into something far bigger, something that could easily rival not just laptops, but full desktop towers. And if you think that's an exaggeration, wait until you hear what's being planned inside this little metal block of pure engineering precision. The M5 chip, Apple's most advanced silicon yet, is rumored to be built on an enhanced 2-nanometer process, offering efficiency and performance never seen before in such a tiny device. This isn't just a slight boost. We're talking about CPU speeds up to 40% faster than the M4 series. GPU cores redesigned for hardware-level ray tracing and AI acceleration, and a neural engine that pushes Apple intelligence to an entirely new level. Imagine a computer that learns your patterns, predicts your workflows, and automatically adjusts resources in real time. You open Final Cut, and it preloads render threads before you even hit import. You switch to Logic Pro, and it optimizes for latency before you record. That's the kind of responsiveness we're expecting from the M5 Mac Mini, but raw power isn't everything. Apple is rethinking the thermal design as well. The new structure is rumored to include an advanced vapor chamber cooling system, allowing sustained high performance without any noticeable fan noise. So while the machine stays whisper quiet, it's still running multiple 8K video streams, compiling heavy Xcode projects, or rendering 3D models like a monster. And what makes it all the more mind-blowing is that the form factor stays the same. That iconic aluminum slab, clean, compact, and deceptively minimal. The outer shell may appear unchanged, but inside it's practically a new architecture. Apple engineers have reportedly optimized the airflow channels, improved the SSD controller for lower latency, and designed a new logic board layout that's smaller yet denser, creating space for better power distribution and possibly even an upgraded audio DAC for creators who rely on pristine sound output. Speaking of creators, the port setup might be the most generous we've ever seen on a Mac Mini. Early prototypes reportedly include up to 5 USB-C Thunderbolt 5 ports, 2 USB-A ports, HDMI 2.2, a headphone jack with high-impedance support, and yes, an SD Express slot that supports ultra-fast transfers for photographers and videographers. And get this, 2 of those USB-C ports might finally be positioned on the front, a small but life-changing convenience for people constantly connecting drives, cameras, and accessories. The back panel is rumored to feature a sleek new alignment that integrates better with cable management setups, a tiny change that makes a huge difference for desk aesthetics. It's classic Apple, subtle but purposeful. And if you thought that was good, the new Mac Mini is also rumored to include Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6, offering lower latency, higher stability, and future-proof connectivity for wireless peripherals and ultra-fast local transfers. Imagine airdropping massive ProRes files in seconds, or instantly syncing with your iPad and iPhone in near real-time collaboration sessions. Now, let's talk about the experience, because the M5 Mac Mini isn't just about specs. It's about how it feels to use. Thanks to Apple Intelligence integration at the silicon level, your computer will now be able to assist you like never before. Picture this. You're writing an email, and your Mac suggests a polished version that matches your tone. You're editing a video, and it intelligently tags scenes for easier timeline navigation. You're coding, and your Mac Mini's on-device AI predicts syntax and automates repetitive tasks, all privately, without sending data to the cloud. This is the essence of Apple's on-device AI vision, and the M5 chip is designed specifically to power it. The neural engine reportedly handles over 40 trillion operations per second, allowing real-time generative tasks that used to demand cloud-based GPUs. That means you can run advanced image generation, voice isolation, and content summarization locally, faster, safer, and completely private. Performance aside, Apple seems committed to refining efficiency and sustainability as well. The M5 Mac Mini will allegedly use a new recycled aluminum alloy that's stronger and more thermally conductive, while internal components are built from higher efficiency recycled rare earth materials. Even the power supply might shrink slightly thanks to the chip's lower thermal envelope. Yet despite its eco-focus, it's still an absolute powerhouse. Imagine running 4 external displays, editing multiple 8K streams, and rendering 3D graphics simultaneously, all while drawing less power than a traditional desktop PC idling. That's the future Apple is betting on. Raw performance meets quiet sustainability. Now here's a mini hook. What about storage and memory? This is where things get spicy. Reports suggest Apple could finally double the base storage to 512GB and start memory at 16GB unified RAM. That means smoother multitasking, better caching, and more breathing room for professional workflows. The unified memory architecture itself is being upgraded. Faster memory bandwidth, reduced latency, and adaptive allocation between CPU, GPU, and neural engine cores. Translation: everything feels instantaneous. You're scrubbing through a massive 8K timeline, no lag. You're running multiple audio plugins, no dropouts. You're opening 20 Chrome tabs. Okay, maybe still lag there, but the point stands. It's fast. And while the base M5 chip is powerful enough for most users, leaks suggest Apple is also testing an M5 Pro variant of the Mac Mini, possibly offering up to a 14-core CPU and 40-core GPU. That's workstation-level performance in a box you can literally hold in one hand. For developers, producers, and designers who want power without clutter, that's the dream setup. No giant tower, no loud fans, just a silent cube that crushes benchmarks and keeps going. Imagine pairing it with the new Apple Studio Display Pro or a dual monitor setup. Suddenly you have a full studio in a footprint smaller than a paperback book. Now timing, the question everyone asks. Based on the latest supply chain insights, the M5 Mac Mini is expected to debut in early 2026, possibly following a spring or WWDC announcement. Apple seems to be spacing out M-series releases, ensuring each generation brings real innovation instead of minor tweaks. So if you just bought an M4 Mac Mini, you're still sitting on a beast. But if you've waited a few years, this next one might be the real leap worth holding out for. Pricing is expected to stay competitive, around $599 USD for the base model and roughly $299 for higher configurations, keeping it one of the best performance per dollar machines Apple sells. Now, let's zoom out for a second and talk about what this means for computing as a whole. The Mac Mini started as a compact entry-level desktop, a simple, affordable way into macOS. But over the years, it's evolved into something much more. The M5 generation marks the point where Apple's smallest desktop could genuinely replace full-tower PCs in creative studios, edit suites, and development labs. It's no longer a secondary machine. It's the main one capable of powering your entire workflow. And it's not just about power, it's about personality. There's something almost poetic about holding a machine so small, yet knowing it can handle cinematic editing, music production, or complex coding pipelines without breaking a sweat. It's minimalism meeting might, and that contrast is what makes the Mac Mini so special. And if you're wondering whether Apple might ever change the design, maybe a thinner version, a darker finish, or even a glass top, don't be surprised. Leaks suggest Apple is experimenting with a space black and titanium finish for its Pro desktops, which could extend to the Mini lineup. Combine that with subtle LED indicators, improved cable routing, and a cleaner matte texture, and this Mac Mini might end up looking just as premium as it performs. Let's not forget about gamers and developers, because this machine might be the first Mac Mini that finally delivers the graphics horsepower needed for serious gaming and real-time rendering. With ray tracing baked directly into the GPU and Metal 4 optimizations across macOS, the M5 Mac Mini could bring console-class gaming performance in an ultra-compact form factor. And for developers, faster compile times, smoother virtualization, and local AI model training are all on the table. Apple's developer ecosystem is evolving fast, and this desktop might be the perfect testbed for AI apps, 3D pipelines, and creative automation tools.